trying to log in here. My apologies. Looks like it started live, but I'm just sorry about that. Okay, I think this is good. Hello, everyone. My apologies because I did say it would be 2:30, but my assistant Gina and myself, we were trying to figure out how to do it, and a little bit technical difficult. So anyway, welcome to my first live in a couple of years. I've done it quite a few years ago, and now this is my one of the first ones. So for those who don't know me, I'm Mira Mishkovic. I'm a registered physical therapist, and I'm an osteopathic manual practitioner, and I'm DNS trained and certified McKenzie therapist. And I do particularly focus and work with people who have limited or no results with previous treatments, and predominantly about 80% of my patients have a low back pain and sciatica issues, and in general back and neck and shoulders. So I'm here today to to answer any question you might have, so I can kind of hopefully guide you and help you a little bit in this process of recovery. So welcome to my life. So okay, so I'm based here in Mississauga and Ontario, Canada. And what I want to say, just as you're joining, if you don't mind, just to put your name and where you are joining from. Okay, so I see noise where Noislicky. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Where are you joining us from? That's on Instagram, I think. Okay. So I'll just wave to them. Okay. All right. So anyways, so before we go into questions, I just want to share something quickly that I see all the time here in the clinic. My apologies. Looks like I did not click on live on TikTok, and now I did. So I'll just repeat again. Hello, I'm Mira Mishkovic. I'm a registered physical therapist, and I am an osteopathic manual practitioner, especially a DNS trained and certified McKenzie therapist here in Mississauga in Canada. And I focus mainly on helping people who have limited or no results with previous treatments, especially those who have tried many things already, but they're still struggling. And predominantly, as I said, in my practice, I have people with back pain, particularly low back pain, most commonly 4L5 issues, sciatica, and pain radiating down the leg. Sometimes actually it radiates up the leg as well. Okay, so just as you're joining, I would like to know where you're joining from. So if you can just type in a message where you're joining from, that would be really nice. Marcus, welcome, Marcus. And I should put my glasses. Philippines, Danyan. Nice to. Okay, thank you. Oh, just got the number on the Euro badge. Okay, lovely. Nice to see that. Okay, and okay. So all right. So before, so prepare your questions. Ask me anything you know, any questions you may have. Okay. I'll be going live in a little while more often. Okay. But it's not just to pop in today. Okay, as my first one. So before we go into questions, I just wanted to kind of say a couple of words about to share something that I see all the time here in the clinic. And most people think that the pain is their problem because that's what bothers you the most, okay? But actually, pain is just the symptoms of how your body is functioning underneath, okay? And what I typically tell my patients is that actually pain is your friend, okay? Because what it's trying to tell you is to tell you, like, can you please stop doing this to myself, okay? So more intense pain you have, that means your body is more unhappy with the way it's being treated, okay? So, and you want that pain, to tell you that you are doing something that is not really good for your body, okay? Because if you don't have the pain, you would continue doing that, and doing more of it will actually cause damage to the tissue, okay? Because yes, there is certain structural damage, usually most often, that causes and irritates the body. But what happens is actually, when that pain is not attended, meaning if you don't address the root cause why pain is there, masking it is kind of like putting a tape like this to your body and saying, shut up, okay? So I can keep abusing you and doing all kind of stuff to you, and you can't talk. So of course, if you are tape and you can't say if somebody's kind of being abusive to you and not nice, what you're going to do? Okay, you're going to be even more upset and more angry. And that's what happens if you kind of do stuff to just mask the pain, and you kind of, so you're not actually addressing what the root cause of why it's happening, okay? That's what happens, okay? So why the pain comes at first place? So pretty much all kind of symptoms can be kind of get to a couple of root causes, okay? One is poor movement pattern. So for example, if you're a gym goer, if you're very active in community, there is a pattern that your body is choosing to function in that is causing some irritation and unhappy tissue there, okay? So what we do in the clinic, we actually correct those movement patterns, okay? um, and that's underlying is very often, like I would say, 99% of the case, it's a weak core support, okay? And then sometimes inflammation and stress in the symptom, and those are pretty much underlying stuff, okay, that are causing the pain to kind of keep going up and up and up. As I said, unless we address those, the pain does keep coming back, okay? So and that's why many people like, oh, I tried this, I tried that kind of treatment, I tried physiotherapy, I tried osteopathy, I tried chiropractor, I tried massage, I tried acupuncture, painkillers, injections, even surgery. Like quite a few people that I have, they actually had surgery, but pain is still there. Why? Because the root cause wasn't addressed. So maybe on the actually the surgical intervention, they did address and they definitely made changes, but what the problem is that the pain actually didn't originate from there. What does it say here? I'm not sure. Oops. Uh-oh. I did something. Um, I got a little message, something, but I wasn't sure what that means, okay? So as I said, that's why many people like have all this kind of treatments, but pain keep coming back because you didn't address the root cause. Okay, so um, okay, so if anyone has, I'd love to open up for questions. Okay, so if you have any questions about your particular problem and your pain, your situation, anything you've tried, I'm here to just drop in the comments. Okay, and I'll see if I can see. Okay, where can I see the comments? I'm just okay. Okay, I don't think I can see the comments, but anyways. All right. Well, um, it's my first one, so I'm just learning, guys. Okay. So basically, I will just go through most common, some of the common questions that I have all the time, either through on social media, people having issues, or here in the clinic, people that come for either discovery visit. Because we do have offer free discovery visits, and that's for people who try many things and they're just tired of trying and spending a lot of money and having no results. So questions are okay. Um, okay, so the most common, why does the pain come and go? Okay, so I did partially address it earlier. Okay, so the reason is most often because the root cause wasn't addressed. Okay, meaning. Or hasn't been fully corrected. So it could have been done a little bit, but not enough. Okay, so just a second. I'm getting a message, but just need to see it here. Just hold on. Okay. Okay. Okay, thank you. This is my assistant. Okay, on TikTok, having. Can you tell me, Gina, am I still live on Instagram? Because I'm just reading your message. Or I should click something. Sorry, she's helping me. Okay, good. So I don't have to change that. Okay, perfect. So she says that someone left a comment that they have problem with low back. So yeah, low back is very, very commonly sort of problem. Like most of the people, if they have back issue, it's like, let's say 70 to 80% have low back problem. Okay, and as I said earlier, most commonly the problem that I don't know, does it go down the leg or it's just oh, Hapte is the name. Okay, hi Hapte. Okay, so thanks for joining. Okay, so as I said, like low back is the very common thing that particularly I see. Maybe 80% of my caseload is like people that I see here is back pain, and when it kind of irritates the sciatic nerve, it goes down the leg, and that's when people tend to have like a more of an issue when it actually travels further away from the center. When it irritates just the center, like the close to, if your pain is close to your back, it's actually pretty good. Like it's not that dangerous. Even if it's very, very intense pain, it's still better than going down the leg. Okay, so once it goes down the leg, that means the pressure or irritation the nerves more um, more intense and it's more serious. So you really need to kind of start addressing it, particularly if it goes below the knee. Okay, that's the worst, and it kind of takes a little bit longer to fix. So you want to keep your pain like really close to the back, like really like kind of in the low back area right here. You don't want it to run down the leg. Okay, once it starts, because what most often happens with the back problems goes up to my thigh. So Happy Robert, hi Happy Robert. Okay, so thigh is not that bad. It's way better and easier to fix when it's above the knee. When it goes down the leg, down below the knee, then usually it's not. It's like more of a problem. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to sort of the bottom line is we want to kind of stop and don't do anything that irritates and makes flares it up and makes it worse. Okay, so you really need to kind of calm it down by doing less of the things that are making it worse. So mostly common is like seating would make people really have problems, particularly if it's longer, like a lot longer than exercise for Happy Robert. Where was I? Okay, so okay, next question that I typically get for what is the best exercise for low back? Okay, so that's like everybody's like, oh, what should I do? Which exercise to do? So it's not like one size fits all. Okay, so you do this exercise, your low back will be perfect. Doesn't necessarily work like that. Okay, it can be like one size fits all once your back is pretty good and solid. Then we go through series of stuff to actually solidify and make it really sort of so robust that it cannot, or we minimize chance to kind of almost close to zero of it ever coming back. Okay, but when it's injured, when it's having, when your back is kind of crying for help, in that case, there is no like one thing that is just going to fix and then do it. Okay, particularly like we look at the sort of patterns, like what potentially which movement patterns are causing kind of irritation, which one are triggering things, and which one's calming it down. Okay, so the bottom line is we do lots of those that calm it down, and we minimize or eliminate everything that's going to irritate it, and that's what actually promotes healing. Okay, so that's the most important thing. So in terms of the exercise, sometimes number one thing that I tell people, stop doing the exercises. Okay, because they're actually the ones that are keeping it from happening and not letting the body heal, especially if you're doing it the wrong way. I do post a lot of exercises, and a lot of them are, like they're just general, and I post exercises that are most often like solving 90% of my patients, okay, issues, but it's not for everyone. Okay, and the most important part is with any movement, the therapeutic movement, is how it's done. So it's not always like what you're doing, but actually how you're doing it, because the one same exercise looks the same, but it's just tweaked the wrong way, and it can actually flare you up. Okay, and it's tweaked the proper way with such a small tiny adjustment, makes a day and night difference. Okay, hi Robin, I don't know where you're joining from, but welcome. And Cecilia Perez sounds like a Spanish name. So anyways, I'll just have one more here. Is walking good for sciatica? So that very, very often people with the back pain and sciatica, they actually, oh, I'm sorry, I just have to get this. Okay, am I on, Gina? Or I should have to go back on? Just let me know. Am I good, Gina? Sorry. Just say yes or no. Okay. Can you check Instagram, Gina, if I'm live? Does high heel accelerate pain? Very often, high heels may make it worse. Okay, so definitely, if you have flare up, Happy Robert, flare up, you would definitely want to eliminate everything that's going to kind of cause irritation. Okay, so heels will put sort of different tilt of your pelvis, which will automatically cause, a problem with your low back. Okay, so that's definitely um, no, okay, at this stage of the game. Okay, so you want to be at ease, just make it as easy as possible. Okay, and no, nothing that potentially may flare it. Okay, so yeah, I was just at the walking part. So in terms of walking, is that good for sciatica? So very often, like I would say 60 to 70% of people that I see actually find walking better. Okay, like they feel better. And yes, I do agree that walking is okay, but most often, longer you walk, worse you get. Okay, and that's what kind of confusing for people. So, so I do not advise walking as a therapy. Okay, if that's what your question is, um, I would say that walking is good. So you better do that than sit, because sitting is most often aggravating. Even if you don't have pain sitting, actually it could be potentially like a root cause, sort of a major cause of why it's not healing. Okay, so I just wanted to share it since I'm here. Oh, sorry, just a second. Okay, just a moment. I just have this technical little thing. Okay. Okay, so I had a little interruption on this thing, but looks like it's good now. Since you're here, I just wanted to mention something that actually I have a clinic here in Mississauga, Ontario, Canada. Okay, so we are very into sort of healing naturally. And since I guess most of you that have joined have back problem, I thought you might be interested in sort of joining this Thursday. At it's first one is actually this coming Thursday at 7 p.m. And it's going to be it's part of our Thrive Naturally workshop that we are doing monthly. And this one is actually all about immunity and how to get sick less often, how to reduce inflammation, which is very important for people that have this ongoing pain. And the longer it is, that means there is more things that the body needs to clean up. Okay, inflammation is huge, sort of perpetrator of the problem. So and how to help your body recover faster. So if you're interested, you can just put immunity in the comments, and we will send you more information about it. Okay. So as I said, like a better immunity and lower inflammation, it's going to stimulate better and faster healing and less pain overall. So any other questions, Gina? Was there any question that we haven't answered, or we are good there? Okay, just a moment. Okay. So Brady said he has 4 years with this pain and you can't take it anymore. Tried almost everything besides surgery. So that Brandy, I don't know where you're located, but I've seen a lot of people, like even 20 years, believe or not. Like it's kind of almost hard to believe that it can last so long, but it does actually. Because I did see a lot of people, and I did help them. Okay, so I had some 10 years people. So what you can do, Brady? She cannot sit at all. So Brandy, that means your body is telling you it hates it. Can you please stop doing that? Okay. So what Brady, I can advise what you can do. I mean, number one, you're going to stop doing seating. Okay. I know it's kind of hard, but I can guide you more. If you want, you can check book for Discovery Visit. It's a link is in our bio. Is it on TikTok, Gina? So it's in our bio. There is like a link. You can click like a free 15 minutes consult. So I can be one to you, and I can sort of hear a little bit more what's your story, and see if I can help you. I'll be very honest. Like that's one of the things that I'm an extremely honest person. So I will tell you if that's not for me. But I will try to give you some direction what you can, sort of look into. Okay, like whatever, I'll just use it, all my knowledge, just to kind of help you. Um, but I will definitely, if you're not for me, like I'll just share with you what my thoughts are. So Gagan says, went to chiropractor, nothing changed. I do see a lot of people that have tried many things, and be limited, or just temporary relief is very often, or no effect at all. So we have a link in bio for booking. Yes, please check link in the bio. And as I said, like if you're just tired and you've tried many things and you kind of like losing trust that anything can be done, those are people that usually come to us. So feel free to either book a free DV if you want to just talk and see if I think I can help. um, and even if I don't, I will give you some ideas. Okay. Surgery on my, like, I'm very sort of for non-invasive stuff. And what do you do? We have Brady asked, what do I do? Well, I help people get better. Okay, so basically the way I do, because I'm an osteopathic medical practitioner and physical therapist, I do help people reinstate their natural inherent, that it's in our body, self-healing mechanism. Okay, because the body is always trying to heal. Like it's just natural. If we cut ourselves, it's going to heal. Like that. Unless the cut is too big, then you have to kind of put the pieces together. Okay? And you put something on top of it to keep the pieces together. So oh, sorry, just a second. Oh, sorry. My battery went off. Oops. I don't know what's going on here. Just a second. Gina, are we still? My battery died here, so Gina, are we good, or I need to do something? Um, we're good? Okay. So as I said, what we need to do is, where was I? Yeah, so surgery, like any invasive procedure, any procedure that there is potentially harm, you know, um, that's like really last resort. I never had anyone that needed to go for surgery, so I can't tell you if I would ever recommend it. I guess when it's like full, sort of uh, um, protrusion. Okay. Oh, okay. So what about the? Just a second. Hold on. Okay. So yes. So I hope I answered that question. If I didn't, let me know. But I think, okay, I think it's good now. Sorry about this technical difficulty. Hopefully next time it'll be better. I promise. Okay. So now, so if you are dealing with pain, okay, I hope I answered most of the questions. Okay. But if you're dealing with ongoing pain and not sure what to do, and you're losing hope, uh, you know what you can do next. Okay, so you can book a free discovery because it's like 15 minutes, just me talking to you, and I'll honestly tell you if I can help. And as I said, and I'll just give you some guidance what I think might be the best option for you. And so the link is in a bio. Okay, for that. Okay. And yes, brand L5 of each. So Brad said it has L4, L5 of each, and this bulge on the nerve that can that be fixed? As 300% rather, yes. Okay. This bulges is like, I mean, 80 to 90% of my patients have this bulge. Okay. So, and it's very, actually, you would be shocked how, I want to say easy, because I know that it's very hard for people to understand and believe that it's possible to be so easy, something that lasts so long. It's not so quick. It's not like, oh, this second, like I just do something and it just goes away. No, I'm suffering for cervical pain. So yeah, I do have a lot of people with neck. Very often it's shooting to the headache, going to the arm, making your arm numb, or some fingers, numbness when sleeping and stuff like that. So definitely, if you'd like, as I said, if you're dealing with this ongoing pain that keeps coming back, and you tried many, many things, and you're tired and sick and tired, as you would say, of trying different things that aren't working, I would love, 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 love the opportunity to help you. Okay, and so you can tell others, okay, that it's possible. You can check our Google reviews. There's a lot of people just that didn't really believe it, and then it happened, and that had actually even surgery scheduled and called to cancel soon, like a few weeks after. Okay, so anyways, as I said, so if you're interested to check it out, check the link in the bio. You can either call, if you want to just go straight in, you can book a full assessment, which is 1 hour, or if you want to just talk and see if I think I can help, you can just book a free 15 minutes consult. Okay, and and if you're interested in our workshop this coming Thursday at 7 p.m., it is, I think it's March 26th, then you can just send us a message, immunity, and we'll send the info to you, me and Gina. Okay, and thank you everyone for so much for joining, and I hope I answered your questions, and I'll see you soon. Okay, I'll probably go live again on Tuesday. I'm not sure about the time exact. I'll try to go at this time, similar, unless my schedule is fully booked at that time. I might go in the evening. Okay, so but we'll try to post similar what we did today. Gina and me will just post a little, like a sort of a reminder, so you know what time exactly. Okay, so somebody's inviting me to co-host with other creator, but I guess I can't, because I'm sorry. Thank you very much for inviting me, actually. Sorry about that, but I have to go because I literally have a patient waiting for me, because we started late, so I kind of finishing a little bit later than what I was planned. Okay, so lovely to see you guys, and looking forward to chat with you soon. Okay, so or we can do it's a free discovery call, so you can come in person if you are here in Mississauga, Toronto area. I have people traveling from Hamilton, Kitchener, Barrie, Scarborough, Thornhill. Okay, so people do come. So they suffer a long time, and there is nothing, that they come. But I did help a lot of people virtually as well, which sounds almost impossible for many people, but it is possible. So as I said, they can book a free DV. You can be on video or on a phone call, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so hope to see you soon, guys. Bye bye. Have a lovely day. Just see how do I turn it off? I think just like this. Okay, and bye bye.